Welcome to the GCN Tech Show.
We've got loads this week and lots of hot new tech, including an 18 grand bike, a bike that splits into two, your upgrades, the bike fold, and our main talking point.
How much difference does bike weight make on the key climbs of the Tour de France?
First up this week, let's start with the results from the poll last week. Big sunglasses, are they hot or not?
Which way did you vote?
Not hot. Just because they don't suit me. What about you?
What's the result of the poll?
Well, 59% of you said they were not hot, including me.
All right.
Did you say hot? I bet you did.
On to our main talking point this week, which is how much difference does the weight of a bike actually make in the Tour de France?
Yeah, cyclists seem to be obsessed with how much their bike weighs. Cyclists in the Tour de France will make huge sacrifices to their diet, they'll live like monks, and they'll be incredibly disciplined to reach the optimum body weight. Yeah,
it follows then that ideally they're going to want to use the lightest equipment available to them, and the UCI rules have a minimum weight limit for bikes. These are essentially the rules of the Tour de France. Many of you will know this, and it's set at 6.8 kilograms.
With that being said, we thought we would do some maths and see if bike weight really does make a difference. And we've used bikecalculator.com, and you can actually use this too.
Yeah, if you fancy plugging some numbers in, go right ahead. We're using a simplified model, but we're going to model the Col de Loze, which is the highest climb in this year's race and a key summit finish. At the time of recording, the riders haven't been up the Col de Loze yet, but if we input some numbers into the calculator, we'll come up with an idea. So if we take the average GC winner's weight, which is around 65 kilograms, not much at all, with that's including their sort of helmet and their shoes and their clothing and stuff. And then we put a bike weight in of 6.8 kilograms. We add in the average gradient of the Col de Loze, 8%. The length is 21.5 kilometres.
21?
It's a big climb, isn't it?
Oh, God, take me all day.
And we put in some other stats as well. So an average power output of 400 watts. Which is
400 watts?
That'll be just over 6 watts per kilo for those guys going on that climb, which is what the winner of the Tour de France will be trying to do.
Fair.
Yeah, big
Big numbers. Can do that for about a minute.
And then that can give us a time of 61 minutes and 40 seconds for that climb. The interesting thing is I can't wait to see how accurate this is and what they
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, 61 minutes and 40 seconds.
So if we add a little bit of weight onto that, say we make the bike 7.2 kilograms, which is probably the weight of your Pinarello F12 with clincher wheels on it, the time goes up to 61 minutes, 57 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's...
Quick maths, come on, Ollie.
Yeah, 17 seconds slower. But that's considered all else is equal. So I've managed to ride at the same power output as the rivals, but just on a bike that's 400 grams heavier. I've lost 17 seconds. Yeah,
but it's not a time trial. That's why they sit behind the domestiques and they get some benefits from that.
That's a good point, because there is aero benefits.
Is life.
Aero is life. We should get that made as a t-shirt.
That would sell.
Get it in the GCN shop.
That would sell.
I'd buy like 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah, you probably would, wouldn't you?
Buy you one as well.
Birthday present, Christmas present.
Anyway, just to show you, how important aero is, even on a climb, we can put it into the calculator. So becoming more aerodynamic is going to be more important than even half a kilogram of weight. So on the calculator, we can put that in by changing the rider position. There's a drop-down menu.
Clever.
We set it originally at riding in the hoods, but if we swap it to riding in the drops, that's effectively making the rider more aerodynamic. We're not suggesting that they would ride the climb in the drops necessarily, but it's equivalent in terms of the drag saving to, roughly sitting behind a teammate and letting them take the wind for you. Wout van Aert. And if we do that, but keep everything else the same, we see a minute saved on that climb.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is huge.
Massive.
It's more than half a kilo in weight.
Yeah. Let's get aero, get on your drops.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the big question is, a lot of riders not riding the Tour de France will have a bike weighing about 8 kilos. So what is that going to put you back on a climb compared to Quintana?
Yeah, that is a good question. We'll put it in the calculator.
Put it in the calculator.
So we put that in. It comes out at 62 minutes and 15 seconds. So quick maths. That's only 35 seconds difference on, well, a massive, 21-kilometre climb.
I thought it'd be way more.
Yeah. Well, that's all considered. I mean, right. Just to be clear, that's if you're putting out the same amount of power and you weigh the same as Nairo and Quintana, which I definitely.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not going to do and don't.
No.
So we've established, I mean, using such a massive climb, that sort of amount of weight doesn't really make much difference, but it does make some difference. So, what could the pros do?
Yeah. Well, their bike weighs 6.8 kilos. I feel like helmet, shoes, weight could be saved there, maybe?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, if we take, say, helmets, right? One of the lightest ones I can think of is the Casque of Allegro, which Ineos has at its disposal, just 180 grams for that.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, but if you compare that to, say, some other helmets that are out there, most helmets that the pros use typically weigh around 250 grams. Some are even 300 grams, quite a bit heavier.
Yeah, Ineos are all about the marginal gains, aren't they? Even down to the helmets. I love shoes, and I reckon there's a big saving to be made there. The Mavic Comet shoes, 210 grams.
Yeah, they're really nice looking shoes.
Yeah.
That's very light. But Giro Pro Light Tech Lace, they're really light as well. They're said to be 150 grams a shoe.
Really? Yeah. But then if you look at City, the shoes that Chris Froome wore when he did the Tour, 287 grams per shoe.
Yeah, the City shot. It's quite a big difference, that, isn't it?
You thought he'd be on the marginal gains with the lightweight shoes?
Yes, but shoe comfort, it's incredibly personal, as we know.
True.
And I think for the sake of 100 or 150 grams, a lot of pros will take comfort. They value it higher over that. But I have to say, if my job was to win the Tour de France and I actually had a chance of winning the Tour de France,
maybe in your next life.
Yeah, thanks. Then I'd consider getting some custom-made shoes, like the things that Adam Hansen wears.
Yeah, true. They're said to weigh just 55 grams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think of the gains.
Yeah, I've got another one.
Yeah.
Bike computers. So if we take the Wahoo Element Roam and the Element Bolt, so bigger and smaller one, the bigger one is 93 grams and the smaller one is 62 grams.
It's quite a lot.
Where every gram matters on a climb, you'd obviously opt for the lighter one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Just for fun, right? I've got an idea.
For fun?
Yeah.
This is what you do for fun?
Oh, I'm great fun at parties, me. So just for fun, we'll add up all these savings that you can make from equipment and see how much time you could save on the lows.
Can't wait to find out.
So 200 grams for shoes, 50 grams for the helmet, we'll say 50 grams for a smaller computer, right, and a smaller mount as well, and 50 grams for not wearing socks. That's 350 grams of savings right there.
That's quite a lot.
Then we apply that to the model. It saves 13 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
God, 13-second lead.
Yeah, 13
and your time
seconds
trial in your
if
next
that
life.
was a time trial of the lows. There you go. Would you do all those savings to save 13 seconds?
For me personally, probably not worth it. No, I'm not going to win
I think
the Tour.
the moral of the story is that if you want to go faster, then weight doesn't make too much difference.
But get rid of your socks.
Yeah, saving weight can cost loads and loads of money. What costs you no money is just to make friends with someone who's slightly stronger than you and get them to pace you up the climb and sit behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My best tactic.
Well, let us know in the comment section what you think and what your thoughts are about bike weight in the Tour. And I think we should also have a poll, Manon.
Oh yes, go on.
It's like sort of a would you rather almost, the best kind. So if you could win the Tour de France, but only by not wearing socks, would you do it? Yes or no?
I think I'd do it.
Yeah?
I would go no socks. Just because winning the Tour de France, doesn't really get much better, and you'd be a trendsetter. I feel like whoever wins the Tour de France this year, if they didn't have socks on, everybody'd do it.
It would be funny, wouldn't it? I think you're right. I think that would it. If someone won it with no socks, then everyone would stop wearing socks.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, you do it anyway.
Let's hope that never happens. Time now for hot tech, starting with some new lights from Lezyne. They've released a new set of lights called Alert, and they're pretty clever. They've got accelerometers in them that can sense when you're braking and then change what's happening on the light to correspond with that to help better alert drivers than other road users. So as you slow down, it can sense that and then simulate like a solid brake light, and the light gets brighter. And then when you come to a stop, it'll resume flashing and things like that. But yeah, pretty cool. Apparently the max lumens is 360 and they have a runtime of 28 hours.
Yeah. A quick bit of pro bike tech now. An AG2R La Mondiale will become AG2R Citroën from next season. And not only that, they have a new bike sponsor too. They'll no longer use the Eddy Merckx bikes, they will now use a BMC. And this might have something to do with their new signing, Greg van Avermaet. He has scored many victories on the BMC team machine. The team have a 2-year signing with BMC and they will continue to sponsor NTT.
Yeah, they will. Next up, we've got a new bike from Vitus. It's the Vitus Vitesse Evo, and it looks to be a pretty affordable performance bike considering the specs available on it. So the frame is said to be lighter than before, now 910 grams for that, 370 grams claimed for the fork. Also said to be stiffer and lighter, well, more aerodynamic. There's some slightly different tube shapes on it to the previous version. And it's available in a range of builds, starting at 1999 for the 105 equipped model, but also there's a more expensive SRAM Access one as well. Yeah, cool looking bike.
Next up, some new features from Busby. Now, if you are unfamiliar with Busby, Busby is an app on your phone that you can use when you go out riding. And if you do have an incident, Busby will detect that and it'll send an emergency text message to your emergency contact. You have 30 seconds to reply to the app, and if you don't, the text is automatically sent. The app also uses what 3 words to narrow down your location. So what 3 words will narrow down your location to a 3x3 meter location, so they can work out exactly where you are. Users on the app can also earn points with every protected mile they ride. You can use that for discounts or enter the monthly competitions, where this month you can win a GoPro Hero 8.
Nice.
The app also has a flare feature, so say, for example, if you're diabetic and you have low sugar levels, you can send out a flare that will notify local riders and they can come and help you. Or if you have a mechanical and you can't fix it, you can chat to local bike shops and they can help you out.
What about if you're Hank and you never take a saddlebag or a mini pump out with you on every ride?
Well, that's definitely going to come in handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that one too, to be fair. There's also an upcoming feature called Group Ride. Leave no one behind. All members of the group are connected, and if anyone falls or strays too far from the group, all the riders are alerted in real time.
Next up, we've got a really cool new coupler system from Number 22 bikes. So Number 22, they make lots of really nice kind of like titanium bikes and stuff, but their coupler system, well, their new coupler system, it allows you to chop a bike basically in half and pack it into normal luggage. So,
chop a bike in half?
Well, the bike has a coupling on the top tube and the down tube, and by just using standard tools like Allen keys, you can unclip the bike and put it into 2 halves, and then you can disassemble it so that it will fit into standard checked bags, meaning that you don't have to pay extra for, bike bags that are massive, and put them in special baggage. Which is really cool and useful for certain people who are going to be traveling a lot. The ingenious thing is that this is compatible, this system, with hydraulic disc brakes as well. So even if you've got a hydraulic disc brake line running through your frame, they've come up with this rather clever, very nifty and neat looking coupler for the hydraulic line, which means that you get no loss of fluid and don't have to bleed the system at the other end when you recouple it back together. I think it's a really neat and clever solution. Yeah. Obviously, it's not for everyone. It's going to add a bit of weight to your bike and things like that. But when it's clipped together, you can see in the images here, it's very neat and flush. And
makes sense.
Cool engineering. Like it.
Approved. Can we just take a minute?
Yeah.
Lamborghini and Cervelo have partnered together to produce this limited edition R5 road bike inspired by the Aventador SVJ.
Yeah, well, do you know what SVJ stands for?
No.
Super Veloce Jota means super fast.
Oh, nice.
But then Jota means like
It set the fastest lap round the Nürburgring in 2018, that car did.
For a production car.
Yes.
You're right, yeah.
And
Correct.
the bike has a full Campagnolo. And what do you think of the paint job? The camouflage, orangey. It's also got a Lamborghini sticker on the front.
I mean, it's
Do you not like it?
well, yeah, it's quite a bit much, isn't it?
It is a lot, but imagine rocking up with one of those and a Lamborghini.
Yeah,
You'd be quite cool.
How much does it cost?
What do you think it costs? Rough estimate.
15 grand.
Close.
Yeah.
18. Quite a price tag on it.
Yeah, that is quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I don't think I'd get the Lambo personally.
Get the car instead.
Well,
Go
no,
faster in it.
Yeah, I prefer the Hurricane. V10 naturally aspirated sounds better than V12. Anyway, more hot tech next week. Cha-ching! It's now time for screw riding upgrades by upgrades, where you just like submit pictures, videos, I mean, any evidence, animations, models, whatever you want of differences and upgrades that you've made to your cycling lives and bikes and equipment for the chance to win a prize, a GCN cap. It's the ultimate prize.
It's a great prize.
I'm selling it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, without further ado, here's last week's results. We had Astley's Giant OCR, I like that one, versus Drucifer's Diamondback.
They were both pretty good, I have to say.
They were. It was close, this. 58%. Astley's Giant OCR took it.
Well done.
Get in contact with Facebook, get the your casquette, your cap out in the post to you, wear it with pride and a little bit of luft. Right, first up this week, Manon.
All right, first up, we've got one in from Stein in Belgium. He recovered an old school frame from a friend and collected pieces for his build for his girlfriend's birthday. He sanded down the frame and repainted it in the colours, can you guess? The polka dot jersey.
Wow.
He sourced some good wheels, some white tyres, of course, and some red and white handle rubbers, and some chrome mud guards.
What?
Handle rubbers.
Handle rubbers.
Handle rubbers, you know.
His words, not ours.
Handle rubbers.
Okay.
In the end, the bike frame had an awesome upgrade. Hope you guys like it as much as my girlfriend does.
It's like a proper kind of like classic Belgian town bike, that isn't it?
Does, yeah. You could stick your bread and your flowers on the back.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I like his little detail.
I mean, if you look at the before picture.
I mean, his painting skills, he does look like he's put that on with a big brush rather than...
He said he hand painted it.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not with a can.
No.
I like his little Queen of the Mountains thing he's put on
Yeah,
there.
that's
It's
cute.
quite nice.
Yeah.
And it's I like that kind of finish is fine for like a sort of upcycled bike like
Yeah,
that. I think
definitely.
it's good. I think it's cool. I'd happily leave that around town.
Yeah.
It's not going to be plain sailing though.
Hell no.
Dan Bodge has submitted this. I wonder if that's an aptronym. You can
Bodge.
decide, right? So he said he got given a damaged frame from a friend, and it was an old Specialized tarmac.
What way was it? Does it say what it was damaged?
Doesn't say how it was damaged, but he said that he got the carbon frame repaired. We've done videos
that's
on
good.
carbon fibre repair. You can do it. So yeah, check that out. But he said he wanted to use it as a winter commuting bike, right? And he stripped back the frame to naked carbon. So
Naked carbon.
a lot of... You like 12. Like
I've never used naked carbon
he rubbed
before.
away all the paint off his frame and then decided to repaint it himself in his garage. When you do your custom painting, man, and I hope it's as good as this, check.
Is it good?
Yeah, check this out. What he's done there. It's gone, there's it naked, and then there's it repainted.
That looks like the Cervelo Lamborghini bike.
Yes, also, I like the way he's got his finger over the lens at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah.
But that's some cool parts he's put on
Yeah.
there. He's put a nice Ultegra group set on there, and he's changed the saddle and put on some nice bars and stems, some nice Supercars bar tape, good Fulcrum wheels on there. Interesting choice of Mavic tyres on the Fulcrum wheels. Wouldn't see that often, but if it's bits you've got lying around and stuff, that's cool. I tell you what though, I don't know how I feel about this. Was a normal Specialized frame. He's put S-Works on it.
That's what happens when you upgrade things. They just
Okay.
become 10 times better.
Just as long as Dan doesn't try and be naughty and sell that as an S-Works bike in the future, I think we'll let that one slide, as long as it's for your own personal use. But yes, let us know by voting in the poll which one you think is the best upgrade, and we'll reveal the results who've won the cap next week.
It's now time for the Bike Vault, where you submit your beautiful bikes and we vote if they're nice or super nice. And if they're super nice, they get put to the Bike Vault forever and ever and ever. And the Bike Vault bell gets rung. Where's the bell? It's not on my side.
It's over here. Do you want it?
Yeah, go on. Should we go over?
Damn COVID. The bell's going to have to be quarantined on my side of the shield, Manon. Sorry.
Your turn this week, Ollie. Right. First up this week is this very pink Pinarello.
Wow,
what do you think of that, Ollie?
Bit of a chimney going on there. What on earth is going on with those tyres? Pedals, tyres.
You'll stand out on that,
bottles,
wouldn't you?
Bottle cages, tape. Wow, it's very pink.
If my favourite colour was pink, I'd dig this bike, but pink's not so much for me, but still a nice bike.
It's cool. I think it's nicely presented. I mean, if that's what you're into.
Gone to a lot of work to get everything the same colour pink as well.
I admire that.
Pink pedals too.
Because that's one of the, I keep saying this, but when things aren't stock, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's gone to effort. However.
Right, what do you think, Manon?
Okay. We're not in Biggie Smalls.
No, we're not actually. There's a few.
Even though the saddlebag is very nice, the saddlebag is on. Oh, also, it'd be cool if you could get a luminous pink light instead of a red light to stop the clash.
I'm not. Yes, I think this is a nice.
I think it's a nice. It's a very nice, but it's a nice.
It could have been a super nice.
It could.
It could have been.
A good background too. Good background.
Yes. Yeah. Next up, we've got this one from JHM Pindo.
Ooh.
Yes. He says he's in Quebec. Nice.
Very nice.
Got a Trek SLR7 Madone. That's a brand new Trek Madone.
I like the faded colour of the blue into black.
It's a very nice paint job. How do you feel about the size of the Trek logo on the down tube? You think it's too big?
At first, I didn't really like it, but it has grown on me now.
Yeah, I think it's quite cool.
It has grown on me, yeah.
I mean, he's lined up the valves and everything. He's gone biggie smalls. It's a very, very nice bike.
What are we saying about dust caps as well? Are they cool or not?
I take them off because it saves half a gram. But I think it's okay to leave them on.
Okay.
What isn't, I'm not too sure about, is that cassette looks filthy.
Your eyes, you've got like.
That cassette is filthy, isn't it? Come on. I think just for that infraction, we're a nice now.
Oh, and it has. Ooh, didn't spot that little chimney.
Yes.
It is a little chimney.
A little one.
Little one.
Mainly for the cassette, though.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll go with you, Ollie.
Thanks. Who have we got next?
Next up, we've got Sandy. Oh, was that a bit of you, Ollie, that plane in the background?
Oh.
Tell me a bit about that.
That appears to be a Supermarine Spitfire, Mark II Spitfire. I'm guessing, where is this? This is at one of the aerodromes in the UK. I'm going to guess it might be Biggin Hill, that one. But yeah, fantastic aeroplane. But I've spoken about that aeroplane before, so I'm not going to bore you.
Do many bikes go there for the Bike Vault?
I think people have latched onto that as a location.
They ride 100 miles there just to get a picture.
We've been getting quite a few submissions of people and their bikes at various RAF World War II air bases in the south of England.
Anyway, on to the bike.
And this would be the latest.
A Ribble.
Yeah.
We're not in Biggie Smalls. Valves are lined up, awfully long valves.
Yeah, I like that it's a steel bike though.
Yeah.
And I like that Ribble still makes steel bikes. That's cool.
Yeah.
With disc brakes as well, so kind of like modern, but yeah, nice solid bike.
What are you saying? I'm not sure. If it was in Biggie Smalls, I
think the Biggie Smalls thing, yes. I mean, come on. I mean, they've done everything else really.
Yeah.
They've lined up those valves. They're exceptionally long valves. Look at the length on that.
I know.
Look at that. Wowzers. You've done a really good job lining up the tyre logos, but that's a monstrous valve on the front. Yeah, I think it's a nice.
Yeah, same.
We're struggling.
Oh, we're harsh today, aren't we?
Wow, God.
All right.
Next up is from Chitalim Iceman. Wow.
Interesting.
Quite the name. He's described this as from tri-bike to road bike. It's an S-Works Shiv TT bike, or tri-bike, that's he's turned into a road bike. What do you make of that?
I'm not sure.
There's a lot going on there.
There is a lot.
There's a lot.
I'm not sure
it's pretty busy.
What to talk about first.
We've got these luminous cables going over the top.
I thought that was a drink, like you know what triathletes
It is, yeah.
have.
It's like a triathlete thing. We've got asymmetric chain rings, gold chain. Yeah,
the tri-spokes are pretty cool. I do like the tri-spokes.
I think those head 3 tri-spokes, that's a classic bit of tech.
Yeah.
I think is if like...
It's just not a road bike. It's
not a road bike.
Why is it trying to be something it's not?
Well, yeah, but we've seen people do this sometimes. They take like I've seen it with old felts. They've turned them into road bikes, and they look really cool. I think the fact that he's turned this into a drop bar bike, and the geometry looks like it works with how he set it up.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think like because of the effort that he's gone to, and he has lined up the wheels, he's put it in biggie smalls, he's got a gold chain. That gold chain also complements the kind of gold sort of paint on there, and the. Yeah, I think it's a bit. It's a bit different, but he's clearly put the work in.
Are we committing to the super nice for this one?
I think.
I mean, I've not seen anything like this before, so.
No. I think just because it's so weird, I'm going to go super nice.
Weird and wonderful.
Yeah.
And you just want to ring the bell, so.
Yeah.
God.
Right, who have we got next?
And the last one in this week is from JF Conti.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's rather nice. What is that? Specialised S-Works.
It's an SL5.
Is
SL5 one, yeah. And that's...
We've got another gold chain.
Mount Baldy. Oh, wow, a gold...
Another gold chain, Ollie!
Yes. Oh, sorry.
God, left me hanging then.
Oh, do you know what? I think that's the nicest one we've had this week.
That is very nice.
It's ticking the boxes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you feeling it, Manon?
I am.
Feeling it?
I am. And what's underneath the saddle? Is that just a tube?
It's spares, isn't it? It's got some spares neatly stowed under there. I like the stem, the downward stem.
I was just about to say the stem.
That kind of like purpley paint job is really cool.
Nice.
And the S-Works logo is really faint, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't even see.
But it's quite nice. He's got a nice FSA Powerbox power meter on there.
Rim brake too.
Yeah, rim brakes.
Neat.
Look nice.
Very nice, sleek.
I'll tell you what, go on then. It's easy that one.
And that's it for the Bike Vault this week. We'll be back next week with more Bike Vault.
Fortunately, that's now time for the end of the show. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if you do enjoy the show and like our content, then you can support the channel by giving us a thumbs up, subscribing if you haven't already, and check out the GCN shop, shop.globalcycling network. Loads of goodies there.
Nice t-shirts, Castelli kit, caps, the lot.
Oh, it's good. It's good, isn't it?
It's like Christmas over in that shop.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next time.